What's going on, guys? Auzio here, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be going through my custom controller and camera settings with you guys, because the amount of questions I've been asked about what camera settings I've used, what zoom do I use, what height do I use, what controller settings do I use is simply ridiculous, to the point where I need to make this video so every time someone asks me like live on stream, I can just simply link them it and we're good to go pretty much. They get the whole lot. So let's get straight into it, starting off with the camera settings. Now, this screen right here is pretty irrelevant. This is pretty much if you're playing like kickoff, playing like player career and stuff like that. So it's pretty irrelevant apart from this right here. Please have this off. Like, I'm telling you guys, you are going to make a mistake. Your CR7 is going to get subbed off for an 80 rated gold player that has 60 something pace. Please have it off. I've done that mistake, I think, when it got added in, and I've turned it off ever since pretty much. So yeah, make sure it's on hide. Now the actual camera settings, telly. Top 3 cameras just in general, let's say for FIFA, is telly broadcast, and co-op. Those 3 people use the most. Now, I personally like telly because it's not extremely zoomed out and it's not like a very low height either. Telly broadcast, I feel like it's very low, and I also feel like co-op is way too zoomed out. You pretty much can see the whole pitch. You pretty much can see the fans all the way on the other side. So yeah, I personally don't like that. I like telly, but I do customize it. I use camera zoom 0. I used to use 4. Like, I thought 4 was 100% the way to go, but then I went over to 0, kind of got used to it a little bit more, and then I found out it's literally just better. You might as well just go ahead and use it. So yeah, make sure the camera is on zoom 0. Everything else though is simply on 10. When it comes down to visuals, I'm telling you guys right now, if you do not have player name and indicator, and you have player name bar, I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. There's no point of seeing your opponent's game attack. Like, it doesn't matter if you're matching, I don't know, a gorilla, a fanatic text. It doesn't matter. If anything, you see that game attack, you start to get a little bit nervous. So make sure you have player name and indicator, and make sure the player indicator is player name. If you have this on player number, oh, it hurts me, man. It honestly hurts me. Yeah, so make sure this is on player name. Player indicator size doesn't matter. I'm going to be honest, you guys. If you have this on large, it is what it is. You have this on small, it is what it is. For me, I just have it on default. Player indicator fade. This is when pretty much your player is losing stamina, or like very low in stamina, let's say. I have it on. It helps me. I don't want to look at bottom left and bottom right corner every single time to see my player hasn't got a lot of stamina pretty much. Player base difficulty indicator, have it off. Hold the skip, have it on. Time and score display, obviously have that on. Radar, 2D. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys, 3D looks better. It does look better without a doubt. Visually, it just looks nicer, okay? But 2D, if you're more of a sweat, let's say, more of a competitive player, 2D just allows you to see where your players are in the exact positions they actually are. Rather than 3D, it seems like maybe they're a bit too wide when they're not, and maybe they're a bit too close when they're literally not. So yeah, for me, 2D is the way to go. Now, user radar color. This is something that I would definitely advise you guys to have. Make sure your user radar color is something you get used, like, you know, that's pretty much you. So I have red, and for my opponent, I have white. It doesn't matter if my opponent is in a red kit, because I know if I look on that mini map, my opponent will always be white. So aka the circle, and I will always be triangle. It's simple as that. I personally would go red and white, but you don't need to. There's so many colors here, like blue, green. Wouldn't recommend green. It blends in with the background. Purple, orange, white, black, default, which is pretty much just allows them to just get the color of the kits and just put it on the minimap pretty much. I wouldn't recommend that either, because let's say you got a dark blue kit into a light blue kit, it'll kit clash. Don't do that. So yeah, just get 2 colors, get used to it, and trust me, you'll be using the minimap way more, especially if you're following my camera settings. You need to use the minimap. Game attack indicator, fade. Score clock drop down on. Default net tension. This is pretty much just for looks. You don't really need this, I'm going to be honest, you guys. Now, when it comes down to rules, irrelevant. Audio, irrelevant. Gameplay, irrelevant. Okay, so now when it comes down to controller settings, I have competitive master switch on. The reason I have this on is because these are the exact same settings you have on foot champs, on draft, on rivals, okay? Though these are the settings. It's different this year. You can't, like, you can customize it, but it will automatically default as soon as you get into a draft game or a champs game and stuff like that. So yeah, you might as well just have this on because you can get used to it a bit more. So contextual agile dribbling is off, auto clearances is off, auto flare pass is off, auto shots is off, assisted headers, are off. Manual jockeying. I actually like that this year, by the way. I like how they didn't do assisted. Assisted, I felt like it was way too assisted. It just allowed the defending, just to be a little bit too easy. So yeah, manual jockeying, through pass assistance, semi, tactical defending when it comes down to defending. FIFA trainer, have that off. If you have this on, or let's say on show, it's terrible. Honest, it is absolutely dreadful. Even if you're just starting to play the game and you literally have no idea how to play it, I still feel like FIFA trainer is just pretty much garbage, because there's a ton of text that pretty much just pops up onto your screen. There's buttons that pop onto your screen, and next thing you know, they could be like in a way of a player and you can't see the player. So yeah, make sure just to have that hide. Time finishing, have this on. Please have this on. Please, I'm telling you guys, if you do not have time finishing this year, you're going to struggle. You really are. Like, shots just in general, they do go in without timing it, but it's so inconsistent. It's disgusting. You need to have it timed. You need to have time finishing on. You need to learn how to green. Once you learn how to green, trust me, you'll be scoring way more goals. Next play is switch indicator. I have this off. I know some people have this on. I don't like it because the color of the next player switch indicator is pretty much the same color as the person you are controlling. So when I'm looking at it, sometimes I think, the next player I switch to is the actual person I'm actually controlling. So I get messed up. Next thing you know, I end up screwing myself up. So yeah, next player switch indicator, I have that off. Pass block assistance, I have that on. Auto switching, make sure to have this on air balls and loose balls. If you just have this on air balls, it pretty much just switches you to like lobs and crosses. If you have this on loose balls, let's say a ball is going into the corner, you're challenging let's say your opponent defender is here and you're here, right? You're going like this. You will automatically be selected to the closest person to the ball. You will have an advantage, especially if the other person has got only on air balls. Please make sure it's air balls and loose balls. Now, auto switching move assistance, I have none. Clearance assistance, I have classic. Player lock, I have on. Icon switching, I have on. Right stick switching, I have player relative. That is very important. Do not have ball relative. Do not have player rotation. It isn't terrible, but you will struggle. Trust me, you will struggle to select the player you actually want to select. So make sure that is on player relative. Ground pass assistance, assisted, shot assisted, cross assisted, lob pass assisted, save assistant, semi, analog sprint. I have this off. Last year, I had this on. But this year, because there's like a turbo boost now with just tapping RT, analog sprint sometimes actually screws it up. So now I do have that off. And when it comes down to pass receiver lock, I actually have that on early. Some people do have this on late, but I just personally have it on early. Now, when it comes down to like, if I switch, let's say, the through balls to A, or I don't know, shoot to X or anything like that, I don't. I just go classic. Literally, through balls is on Y, lob cross, headers and stuff like X. Shoot, B, A to pass, just classic. And it's going to be the same on PlayStation either way. And when it comes down to the defending, is the exact same as well. Still got to keep on Y, still got slide tackling on X. Tackle, just like standing tackles, is on B. And contain, which I actually thought got removed from the game, by the way, is A. I'm pretty sure that got removed from the game. This must be like a little late or something, or they must have not like updated it. I thought it actually got removed from the game. Either way, I don't use it, so it's irrelevant once again. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I obviously showed you guys my custom controller and camera settings. I hope they do good for you. If, let's say, the camera, you don't like it, once again, you don't have to use it. It's just what I personally like. I know a lot of people like telly broadcast over telly, and I know a lot of people also like co-op over telly. It's just simple as that. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment. But for now, peace.